the league isn't the problem, because I'm saying, what mentality did they take to beat Premier de Augusto, which is commendable, but it seems this team, they lack character and the self-will to go all the way.
Self-will. Well, I'm not in the camp, so I won't be able to determine how much will they possess. But I think for them to have been able to achieve that feat in their very first game in the tournament, I think first games in tournaments are usually very tricky. You don't get your confidence up, and probably you'll be a bit jittery. But for them to have been able to pull that upset, I think they have what it took. They had the experience, they had the players. I know of a certain Luis Edem who played for Union Bank during the regular season, joined up with that squad. Also, Abdul Yahya, who was also part of the national team squad, before he was later dropped. And they have one of the sharpest shooters in the DSTV Premier Basketball League, talking about Abdul Rahman Usman. They call him Ndabu. He was even leading the scorers chart in this tournament up until later on, where before a certain Abdul Rahman from Etoile du Sahel took the top scorers chart from him. He took the top place of top scorers chart from him. So I think they have a good squad, but the reason is still the fact that these players don't have enough games under their belt. I think the game of basketball is a game that has to do with a lot of energy and consistency.
You must you must have enough exposure. You must be at tournaments. Otherwise, you keep struggling.
Yeah, Austin, let me just add something. It was just this season, for the very first time, we had 28 games in our league season. Talking of the male basketball, usually it used to be 16. You can imagine knowing the champions of a league with just 16 games. It shows. It's not competitive enough. It's not competitive enough. For the first time, we had 28 games, and even 28 games it was abridged. So I think it's high time we begin to plan our stuffs well. The NBA, for instance, they play 82 games in a season. You play 82 games and yet you still go for the playoffs. The playoffs that you still have like 7 games. So in a season, you talk of playing close to 120 games, for a whole season to know the champions. There you can know the true test of champions. That's why you see some teams struggle early, then they get back up and they begin to show their character. So the truth is, most of these teams don't have enough time, to build a formidable squad that can go and challenge these guys. The Angola squad, for instance, the league there is basically the best league in the world. Most of the Angola, I told you 7 members of a 12-man team that play for Angola are in Primeiro de Augusto side, including their head coach.
And the government is doing so much to improve basketball because they know that's their strength.
Absolutely.
Femi, I must appreciate you for coming on the show. Thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure.
Let's do this again maybe when the team gets back. We'll just look at ways we can actually consolidate when talking about basketball in Nigeria. So that's it, Femi Adefe. So he loves basketball. We'll be talking about the 26th edition of the African Champions Cup. It's a tournament for all the champions of the various leagues in Africa. They come together, about 7 of them. 12 of them come together to challenge to see the team that will emerge champion. We'll go on a quick break now. We'll come back. Football gets our attention. Raja Casablanca of Africa, because I have to say that they will play in the finals of the FIFA Club World Cup. They will play Bayern Munich. We'll talk about it. Ty will join us when we return. Stay. That's it. Who says football doesn't bring joy? That's the whole of Morocco right now. Just celebrating because Raja Casablanca, they will play in the final of the FIFA Club World Cup. Remember, they're not supposed to be part of this championship, but by virtue of being the host country, they're playing at the championship. Yeah. Al Ahly, that's the African champion. They've said goodbye to the tournament a very long time ago. Tayo Salam is with us now. Tayo, yesterday when we were talking, yes, I said the African side of me wants Raja Casablanca in the finals.
Absolutely, and your wish came true. And I can see you still claiming because you called them Raja Casablanca of Africa. Yeah, Raja Casablanca. Yeah, they were actually representing Africa and their country, Morocco. It was a good one for them. Congratulations! Very impressive victory. It was a shock actually because when you're playing against the South American representatives and champions, Atletico Mineiro complete with Ronaldinho and Joe. Then you get a 3-1 victory, very convincing. You know, it's a good one for them. And no matter what the result is in the final against Bayern Munich on Saturday, I think they should be very proud of themselves.
Now it's a shock, defeating Atletico Mineiro to become a shocker.
Yes, absolutely.
They beat Bayern Munich in the final.
Yeah, good one because only one African club has actually gotten to this stage of the FIFA World Cup. Mazembe did it in 2010, even though they lost to Inter Milan by 3-0. So it's a good one, whatever the result is. Good one for Raja.
Good one.
And they have the best football club name of all time, Raja Casablanca. I've always loved that name since I was a kid.
Okay, because for me it will make not like I'm trying to take sides, but it will make news should Raja Casablanca beat Bayern Munich. So I'm a newsman. I want to
see about that on Saturday.
Okay, let's quickly take a look at what the papers are saying this morning. Front page of the Soccer Star is what I have in front of me. It says CHAN 2014 trouble looms for Keshi. What is it this time? With a rider, Big Boss raises fears over players' exodus as home-based Eagles trounce Tornadoes. Front page of the Soccer Star.
Yeah, good one. Straight to the complete sports now. It's all about Stephen Keshi. It says NFF confirmed 1.6 billion naira for World Cup largesse. That's a good one. Keshi takes Eagles to USA. Big Boss considering Miami or Houston for pre-World Cup camp. That's a good one. It's good to see preparations are on the way for Brazil 2014. Jose into a tactics switch. That's another one, very interesting one. The Arsenal step-up chase for Diego Costa. I don't see how that's going to be possible now. Yeah.
Everybody is looking to, do some damage control in the January transfer window. Okay, front page of the Sports Day newspaper. Keshi eyes Peru, Japan friendlies. Plans pre-World Cup camp in the United States of America. Let's see what else are the paper saying this morning. APAM expects CHAN success, says home-based Eagles will shine. So that's it for the paper review this month. Quickly, let's talk about the Capital One Cup. People will say, what is it all about? But when you play football, you play for pride and glory. And remember the records.
Yes.
Also, we stated that probably if Manchester City had lost to Leicester, nobody wants to know if it was in the Capital One Cup.
They lost,
and then we saw that Tottenham, they're still struggling. Big trouble for them.
Yeah, first of all, Man United got a very good win away to Stoke City. Curtsy, Ashley Young and Patrice Evra. Good one for Manchester United. The revival continues under David Moyes, and hopefully
what a goal by Ashley Young. What a goal. Almost injured himself. That is what it takes. When you haven't been scoring a long time, you get a goal of that quality.
Of that quality. That was a vicious strike by Ashley Young. And it's good to see him. He's one of those players that has been panned for not living up to expectations and his potential when he made the move from Aston Villa. But stunning strike, and the second goal by Patrice Evra. That's the goal again. They keep showing it because it was just amazing.
Made for TV.
Yeah, absolutely. Patrice Evra got the second goal, and
not a bad goal too. And on his weaker foot.
Yeah. You have to give him credit. Good one for Patrice Evra as well. And Man United now, they go into the semi-finals where they will hope to get a strap, because like I say, winning is a culture, and if you can actually imbibe this culture of winning, then winners might just translate into the Premier League form, which hasn't been very good so far.
for a year and a half. Ashley Young had not scored a goal for Manchester United. I would have just started running home if I scored that goal. But quickly, let's talk about Tottenham. It was good to see Manuel Adebayo also scoring a goal, but they couldn't just.
Good start to the game for Team Sherwood yesterday. They started very well and they were camped in the final third of West Ham. But West Ham, like a typical Sam Allardyce team, they defended resolutely and they didn't concede a goal. So in the second half, Emmanuel Adebayo came to the party and
sweet goal.
Adebayo, one of those players that was definitely marginalized by AVB because prior to yesterday's game.
That's how I look at this.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that for a strike. That's what he calls stupendous. That was vicious. Like that was like almost brought down the bar. You know, so Adebayo, like I said, prior to yesterday's game, I'd only played 45 minutes of football in the whole season. That's not too good. So it was good to see him come back, and I thought it looked very good. Because I thought it looked very good because he hasn't played much at all. But obviously he ran out of gas towards the end of the game. And Matt Jarvis getting the equalizer for West Ham, and Maiga got the winner for West Ham as well. Sam Allardyce has been under all kinds of pressure, so I hope this victory will relieve some of those pressure.
And then for Team Sherwood, he was hoping to use this one to just stabilize Tottenham a bit. He's been talking about that loss to West Ham. Let's listen to him, and then we'll come back briefly. We'll talk. Stay.
I got a phone call from. I was due to take the development team out training on Monday morning, 10:15, and get a call from the chairman. Could I come and see him? And that's it. And he asked me to take the first team training, which I did. And here we are now. And future beyond that, I need to have a chat with the chairman and see what they're thinking. But
okay, that's it. Team Sherwood, not a good one for Tottenham.
Yeah, but he's still interim. So and actually, he's one of those guys that are looking to get a job permanently. But it wasn't a good start at all. That's the second.
You can't beat West Ham.
Yeah, that's the second. That's the second.
The club is struggling.
Exactly. That's the second time they lose into West Ham. They lost in the Premier League already to them.
Okay, quickly, Tayo. It shouldn't be a difficult one for Manchester United. They'll play Sunderland, but going to the Stadium of Light.
We saw what Sunderland did to Chelsea, and they took Chelsea like they weren't scared of Chelsea at all. So, but the good thing is the draw is out, and the two Manchester sides have been kept apart, meaning there's a very good chance of a Manchester derby final.
Okay, that's it.
Well, before we go, we talked about. I just want to go back to Adebayo. We talked about Jose Mourinho. Will have to get his willing and dealing on for the January transfer window. Adebayo is not cup-tied right now, and is in Chelsea. They've worked together at Real Madrid before. Get Adebayo to Stamford Bridge. I'm sure he can do a better job than the trail that he have right there.
Okay, that's Tayo's recommendation for Jose Mourinho. And for us, that's where the curtain falls on this edition of Sports This Morning on Channels Television. Remember, we love hearing from you. This show, we keep saying, is designed for you. Talk to us on Twitter, our Channels_Sports. On Facebook, we're Channels-Sports. Okay, on behalf of the ever-dedicated sports team at Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria, my name is okon-akpan. Christmas is around the corner. Show some love, and as you do so, remember to keep talking sports. Bye for now.